At it again, and Trump, as some of you know, is about to have a massive rally in New York at Madison Square Garden, and people are losing their minds on the left, absolutely losing it. Trump in New York, and obviously I think he's doing this because he sees an outside chance that he possibly could take New York, and if Trump takes New York, it's a wrap. It's over with. Like, If it is announced on election night that New York goes red, I don't care what else is announced at that point. If only New York was announced, the election's over. It's over. It's cooked. If New York goes red, the entire rest of the map is basically red except for the West Coast, right? It's all red. It's all red. But Hillary Clinton is one of the latest folks who had something to say about his Madison Square Garden rally that he's about to have tomorrow, actually, I believe, on Sunday, October 27th, I believe it is, which is going to be insane. But I want to play this clip of what Hillary Clinton had to say. Check it out.
You know, one other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book. President Franklin Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany. So I don't think we can ignore it.
So obviously she's out here trying to fearmonger and say that Trump's Madison Square Garden rally is about to be some type of, crazy lunatic, Nazi rally of some sort. It's not. They're all panicking, and that's another sign that they are panicking. Another sign is what Christie had to say on The View. Check it out.
Who's going to win?
Look, 10 days ago, I would have told you that she's going to win.
And now?
And I think she's had a bad 10 days.
Why?
Because I don't think there's advantage and disadvantage to having come in the race as late as she did. The advantage is she didn't have to go through all the primaries and go through all that goes on that wears you down a bit. But the disadvantage is people don't know her. I mean, yes, look.
She's been the vice president for almost 4 years. How could they not know her?
You know the old joke. A woman had two sons.
Yes.
One went to sea, the other became vice president of the United States. Neither were ever heard from again. I mean, the job of the vice president is to stand 3 steps behind the president, out of focus.
Well,
they didn't know.
Then why did they keep accusing her of not doing anything when she was vice president? What did Mike Pence do, I'd like to know?
Nothing.
Oh, man, I love it. I love to hear it, right? I love to hear it. A guy who obviously hates Donald Trump admits, yeah, I can't say that she's going to win right now. And the fact that he admitted that on live TV says a lot, says a whole lot. I also want to play this clip because, and then we're going to get into a clip in New York, a street interview in New York. But yeah, check this clip out.
When you talk to the people in both campaigns, there's a lot of concern with Harris campaign operatives. They've seen polling. I've heard from some Democratic operatives polling out of the Midwestern states that is even worse than what the public polling shows for Kamala Harris. They're seeing the movement in the wrong direction. And you also look at some of these early voting numbers, and I am someone who cautions very much not to overread the early voting data. But when you look at what's coming out of Nevada from an expert like John Ralston, who knows the state better than anyone else, he's seen sort of historic levels of Republican turnout and historic numbers of typically low turnout type voters that would normally vote Republican showing up early, which is a surprise, and Democrats not showing up where they did 4 years ago. So, again, you look at everything holistic. You look at everything as part of a big picture, and the picture is pretty consistent that Harris has lost momentum. Trump has momentum at the end of the election, and it's still close, but I think you'd rather be Donald Trump right now than Kamala Harris.
You'd rather be Trump than Kamala. Now, none of that means anything. unless we show up and do our part, unless we show up and do what we're supposed to do. Elon Musk is literally paying people $30 an hour to get involved. $30 an hour. So if you need a check, you know where to check, okay? Check with Elon and his America PAC, I believe is the name of the organization. Yeah, literally hiring people to, I think, make phone calls or go door to door. $30 an hour. $30 an hour. Come on, that's a win-win, baby. I'm getting a check to make sure that the person that I want in office is going to get in office. Easy peasy, easy peasy. I'm just saying. Also want to show you guys this street interview from Newsmax where they took a trip to New York. Check it out.
Former President Trump is campaigning here in the Big Apple on Sunday, despite a recent poll showing him down 19 points to Vice President Harris in New York. So I went to some of New York's most...
Now, I got to fact check that just a little bit. Just a little bit. The last poll that I saw didn't have Trump down by 19 points in New York. I believe it was either 7 or 9. I know that's very specific, but I don't remember the exact number. It was either 9 or 7, one of those two numbers. So single digits he was down by in New York, which I believe is why he's doing a rally in New York. It just wouldn't make a whole lot of sense theoretically to, I mean, I guess because he's Trump, but to spend the resources and the money and everything else to do a rally in New York if you were down by 20 points, you know? It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So, yeah, the poll that I saw, he was down by single digits in New York, a heavy blue state, obviously, which is shouting distance. Do I think he's going to win New York? No. Realistically, you know, with this rally and the way his momentum is going, I could definitely see him get within 6. I could see him getting within 6 points in New York. Yeah, which, yeah, it's not a win, but for a heavy blue state, a deep blue state, you getting within 6, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. And if you carry that over to other states, obviously, that's a massive win. That's a massive W. Massive W. So, yeah, but let's jump back in.
Famous boroughs to hear from locals if Harris has their vote locked up. And as always, I was very surprised by what I found.
I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I like this guy Trump because the last 4 years with Mr. Biden, it was big problem in economy, you know, and we have problem with migrants, you know, this big problem. There's a lot of people here in this area in Brooklyn, especially Arab people, they're gonna vote for Trump. Yeah.
We're in the most Muslim dense area of Brooklyn, New York, and a lot of people are saying they're voting for Trump.
Yes, Trump.
I support Trump.
You support Trump?
Yes. Trump 2024.
Where are you from?
Yemen.
From Yemen?
Yes.
And who are you voting for this year?
Trump.
Why are you voting for Trump?
Good man, it's good president.
Good president?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We need Trump back. I bet you all the Palestinians Americans in this country that they want to vote for Trump and they want Trump. I'm telling you, most of them are positive about Trump to become the president because he promised to stop this mad war. He promised that he will stop all the wars.
Do you think that Trump is better for the black community than Kamala is?
Honestly, yeah, she sent us to jail. And that's messed up because I smoke a lot of weed, man. I can't be out here getting locked up for weed, man. Vote for Trump, best president ever.
I'm going for whoever is an advocate for promoting the right to bear arms for our community because it's not fair that the politicians get to carry, like Kamala Harris. Didn't she say she carrying?
Yeah.
Right? Right or wrong? She ain't say she have her own gun?
Yes.
So what makes her different than the minority in our community, too? I'm going to go with Trump.
I missed the Trump tweets, Donald. Yeah.
You missed so you like Trump's tweets?
Yeah, I love his tweets.
I'm probably going to vote for Trump. Robert Kennedy does endorse him to bring back the American middle class, that a family can support a full family on a single income home is the American dream again.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because apparently she just wants to put every Tom, Dick, and Harry in women's sports.
super excited for Trump and his presidency. He's for women. He wants to bring the abortion rights down to the states, as they should.
Kamala Harris is no good for us. Trump, he's our guy. Y'all want to get taxed? Get Kamala Harris. If y'all don't want that tax, y'all get Donald Trump. He's going to take care of us.
Are you going to be at this rally in Madison Square Garden?
I'll be at the rally for my boy Donald Trump. I hope he sees this, and I'm here for Donald Trump. You heard me?
Reporting for News.
You heard? You heard? I love it. I love it. I love it. That New York accent. You heard? Yeah, man. Exciting news, you know, doing a big rally in Madison Square Garden, a deep blue place. And I guarantee the place is going to be absolutely packed, which is why you got Hillary Clinton coming out, making the comments that she made. You got Christie, you know, coming out admitting, yeah, it's not looking good for Kamala, right? You heard the gentleman say, you know, I'd rather be Trump than Kamala at this point. You know, all of the numbers that I'm seeing are absolutely fantastic. I'm seeing numbers that are showing, you know, low propensity voters, people who typically don't vote, are actually showing up to vote for Uncle Trump. And that is why there's a lot of early voting going on. And we still have a lot of folks who, you know, are Trump supporters that have not voted yet and are waiting for the day of. So we still should have that day of push. And if that is the case, if Trump is as strong on the day of election as he has been in the past, and we still have this early vote push, the combination of them both, it's over. Good night. We can go to sleep early on election day. We can go to sleep early. All right. Very, very early. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I am very, very excited. I agree with the gentleman when he said I'd rather be Trump than Kamala right now. Right. I would hate to be a Democrat right now because you got to be pooping bricks. You got to be peeing down your leg right now. Be seeing what is going on, how Kamala is answering questions. By not answering questions at all, you know, the whole word salad. You know it's bad when CNN is roasting you, including Dana Bash admitting, like, yeah, she didn't close the deal with the town hall that she recently did. You know it's bad. You know it's real bad. Okay, when you're getting all of these leaks, of Democrat insiders, right, talking about internal polls from both campaigns, and Kamala's are looking absolutely terrible while Trump's are looking fantastic. You know, in her best state, allegedly, Nevada, we are swamping the vote in Nevada. Republicans are ahead in the early vote right now in Nevada. Like, come on, baby. Now, once again, yes, this is good news, but we still have to do our part. Don't get comfortable. Do not get complacent. I'm telling you, I will be here the next day telling you, I told you. We got comfortable and we lost. And that's our own fault. I'm going into this election with the mindset of no excuses. No excuses. Zero excuses. We know what we need to do. We know what they're going to do. So we need to be pulling out all the stops that we legally, I'm not advocating for anybody to break the law. We need to be pulling out all the stops that we legally can pull to ensure that we win. Legal avenues. Legal. That's all I'm advocating for. Legal. I want to make that clear. Legal. All right. I said it about 6 times now. So nobody, twist my words. Oh, look at he trying to comment. No. I said legal. Okay? If that's having the tough conversations with friends and family, do it. If that's getting involved when you haven't been involved, like being making phone calls, right, for Elon Musk PAC or TPUSA or whatever organization, do it. If that means being a door knocker, which you typically haven't done in the past, do it. Do it. It's not too late. We still have time. Even if you haven't gotten involved yet, we still have time. Just because it's good now doesn't mean the outlook will be good forever. Because if the Democrats see a crack, they will exploit it. They will exploit it. Trust me when I tell you that. Well, we all know that. Okay? We know that. So, yeah, man. That's why Trump said too big to rig. We have to make that gap so massive that it can't be closed. Doesn't matter that we have a lead right now. It means nothing, honestly. It sounds good. And, like I said, I bring it to you guys because I don't want people to be discouraged because there's a lot of, media working against us right now. And there's a lot of negative press, a lot of negative news. Oh, Trump behind. I'm still seeing, what's his name? Harry Enton, I believe his name is. He works for CNN, I think. He's always coming out with this poll or this graph or that graph. Trump is still behind and Kamala's gaining over here, gaining over there. And he never really addresses the most accurate pollsters from 2020 or 2016, which is something that I've obviously overly addressed at this point, but I continue to address them because it cuts through. I feel like it cuts through the narrative from mainstream media that Trump is losing, that Trump is behind, or Trump's gonna take this L. Like, no, I'm looking at the most accurate pollsters, the most accurate based on previous elections. These guys came the closest to predicting the actual outcome, and all of them. I think even like the top 5 of them at this point. There's 5: Rasmussen, Trafalgar, Atlas Intel. I'm forgetting a couple, but there's like 5 of them. They all say Trump across the board. Every single one. There's not one Kamala, +1 or +2 anywhere. It's all Trump. +1, +2, +3, +4, and every single one. The most accurate posters. And I'm supposed to believe Trump is down. Trump's behind. I'm seeing all these street interviews. I'm seeing all of these clips online of former Democrats or liberals saying, hey, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. I'm supposed to believe Trump is behind? He can be behind if we don't show up and do our part. Absolutely. But right now, today, at this very moment, not true. Not true. And I'll stand on that. But what do y'all think? Let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.